Let's see what we got here on this track. Let's put the click in. Okay, and something like this, I'm going to do kick and snare right off the bat. Now I know that there's hi-hats in between these beats, but I don't want to do more work than I have to, so I might want to see, after I work on the kick and snare, then see where the hi-hat falls and see if there's any issues. All right, so let's go back to our screen set number 2. All we have is snare, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit H, so it brings up my track manager. I want to see kick, snare, and hi-hat. I'm going to hit F to size them all up, so now I'm looking at these guys. Method 2, we're going to use audio snap to help us. So we don't want to be in groups yet, so that's important. We got to make groups later, or it'll screw us all up, because audio snap won't make new groups. It chops you up and leaves everything in the same group, and that's not, that makes things harder. So let's do it this way. We will turn on audio transients. Let's take a look at this. I'm clicking in here to bring up the audio snap palette. We have audio transients that are being detected that we don't want to be detected, so I'm going to adjust the threshold. Bring it down a little more, okay. Those are good. What's this? That's fine. Okay, oh, I missed one, but don't worry, we'll get to that in a second. All right, so it looks all right. I'm going to close this for a minute. I'm going to work on getting these more accurate, because that's another thing about audio snap. Again, I love Sonar and I love the tools, and audio snap is cool, but it's not 100% accurate, and we want to be accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and tab to these. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Actually, that one's pretty good. I can live with that one. Let's tab to the next one. Not bad. I'm telling you, normally these are a pain. That's close enough. I can live with that. Here we go. This is what I'm used to getting. I don't know how we got so lucky as to get all those. So when I'm moving these around, if you don't get that 4-arrow cross, if you're moving down here, it's actually going to stretch it. We don't want to do that. I'm going to undo that. Make sure you get it in the middle so you get the 4 arrows there, and then move it. Then you're just placing the marker, not stretching anything. All right, so let's just go through and make sure these are all accurate. Now they're all, let's get them that's pretty close. Now here's a bad one. Hit U. All right. Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit U. There we go. The letter U on the keyboard. All right, you guys are getting the idea. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, just a couple more. All right, let's just do it. We're close. Let me zoom in here. And one more. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. So now, let's do the same for snare. You can double click if you want. Or I think you can do it Alt-A. Let me try that. Alt-A. Yep. Alt-A will do it. So we got to get rid of some of these. So let's raise the threshold so the ones that we don't want go away. It all looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, didn't we miss one on the kick? I thought we missed one. No. I guess it was there. All right, let's go back to the snare. Where are we? Okay, we're over here. Let's go ahead and just start tabbing to these snares and see how we're doing. Just a little. Okay. Whoops. I didn't want to do that. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong key. We have a transient that we don't want there. Oh, we're on the wrong, man, I'm screwing up all over the place, aren't I? I think we're here. Okay, let's zoom in. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I mean, I'm a little OCD about getting everything perfect, because nothing ever is perfect. So if you're trying to be perfect, at least you'll be close. It still won't be perfect. But stuff like this really isn't too bad, actually. So as I move them, I just go right along. If you're doing this for a 10-song album, you'll probably look at this, and when it's close, you'll just let it go. You'll be all gung-ho about it at first. I'm going to get it all perfect. And yeah, when you're on your third song, you're not going to really care about being perfect anymore. But you should, really. That's why pace yourself. I try to work in blocks. I try not to do this for more than 2 hours at a time, or my brain goes crazy. Even if I don't take a break, I work on something else. Or really actually do just take a break. But if you got a lot of work to do, chances are you can just do something else and come back to this later. But that's just me, because I don't know. My brain can only take so much of this. Crap, did I just stretch it? Let's go back, try that again. There we go. So now we're getting a little off here. Let's see how close we are. Just a few more hits. So this is the legwork. If Audio Snap was to get an algorithm where it was more accurate, man, I'd be using Audio Snap every time, because that would just save me hours and hours of work. Okay, so we have accurate transients now on the kick and snare, which is going to be our main focus for this riff. I mean, I could totally hear that snare right there being off. Let's go ahead and put our snap on and see. Yeah, it's way ahead, or a little behind. Excuse me, because it's on the third, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be on the third, so it's behind. Third hit. So let's look. We can see they're close, but they're a little off. But this was a good drummer, Not a lot has to be done here. I mean, you could just possibly even just let this go, but I just want to show you. Okay, that's early. I do want to show you the method, so good or not, let's just go through it. All right, so we need a track to create a pool. Our pool is going to be our master track, where we're going to use all of our markers. We're going to apply them to all the other tracks so we can chop everything in one fell swoop. In order to do that, we're going to go ahead and right-click, go to Pool. I don't know why it didn't let me. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, Add Clip to Pool. Okay, I'm adding the kick, and you can see how these lines go through the other tracks now. I'm going to come down here and add the snare to pool as well. So now we have kick and snare added to the pool. Now let's pick a track to combine all the pool elements. Since we have the hi-hat sitting here, it sounds like a good opportunity, a good track, a good candidate. So let's go to audio transients and let's Alt-A. I'm going to use the threshold to get rid of all the markers, all the transient markers there. Once they're all gone, I'm going to right click on this one, go to pool and apply transient pool markers. So now all the kick and snares are on this track. Once I do that, I can probably take these out of the pool. Let's see, my apologies. Okay, add clip to pool, let's uncheck it. Come up here, add clip to pool, uncheck it. But here we do have, we want to add clip to pool, so we have all of our markers there. That's going to be a snare, that's a kick, so we have our master track now. So I'm going to go to these and get rid of all of our markers. Okay. So now all we have is this. Let's go ahead and go to our first screen set. And I suppose we can take all these tracks and we're going to show transient all of them. I'm going to hold down Control and go to Audio Transients. All right, so now we know our kick and our snare and our hi-hat are already done. Our kick in, but let's go to our kick out. Our snare bottom. Let's get the rest of these tracks. A quicker way I could have done this is, let's just do it to show you. I could have just select them all, or just Control all, and then deselect the ones I already have. Or, yeah, deselect the ones I already did. So now all I'm left with are the ones I haven't done yet. Now I'm going to Alt-A on those, and I'm going to remove all the markers. So I'm left with just the hi-hat. Kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Okay. What's this? That's a kick. That's a kick, snare, kick. Okay, so it's all there. So now what I want to do is select them all again. I guess I could just do it like that. And deselect the hi-hat. Right click, pool, apply transient pool markers. I guess it's thinking. There we go. So now they're already there. So let's do our Alt-A and let's chop them. This should chop everything up at the transient markers. All right, and it did. Except here, I guess I forgot. That's okay. I can do it now. It's going to chop them all in the same spot. There we go. Now let's go ahead and select them all. Oh, we didn't go into those, did we? We're just going to worry about, or did we? Did we hit those? I don't. Yeah, we're just going to worry about this for right now because this video is probably getting long. I want to hurry through. All right, so I'm going to select all these. Let's go to clips. All right, so now the problem now is that we want to quantize all these together. And if we have to do any fixing, like, with the movable crossfades, we're going to need groups. So at this time, let's go ahead and create groups. So I'll right click and select. Right click, create selection group. Now I have on my gaming keyboard a faster way to do this. I'm just going to select them, and I can just hit my buttons and it does it for me. Or not. Let's see. And then I should be able to, okay, what am I doing? Let me check my, I must have forgot group. That should be group. Let me edit the command. C, enter. I should right click and then hit a group. Let me try that one more time. I'm going to right click, hit group. There we go. So I don't have to do it. I just hit my buttons on the keyboard. Oh, because I moved the mouse. I guess while I do this, I got to keep it still. There we go. But it's still quicker than doing it all by hand. So again, this is an area where the gaming keyboard is pretty helpful. But again, this is just slow. And we have to do this because when Audio Snap cuts, it will not create new groups. If it did that, we would not have to do this. And that would be another huge time saver. So I'm going to go ahead and officially submit these in because it's just too valuable. If Audio Snap would do these things, it would save us so much time. If it got accurate, and then if it would create new groups when it slices, those two things right there, it would be unbelievable. Nothing could touch it. Anyway, I'm sure you're getting the idea. Let me do one more. Here, I'm just going to delete so I know. Let's just go up to there because this video is getting long. All right, so now we have all our groups. Everything's good. Let's get rid of that first one. Now again, we're going to do the same thing we did before. Let's find out our closest hit, our quickest hit. I'm going to go back to my other mode here. All right, so it's not quarter note. Let's go eighth note. Looks like eighth note there would be our smallest hit. So we'll quantize to eighth notes. And let's see how we do. Okay, I'm going to quantize eighth note, Audio Snap 580. There we go. Let's give it a listen and see how we did. Very nice. We'll go through a little bit of the checking work like we did before. We checked on screen set 3. Let's adjust. Oh, it's already kick, snare, and hi-hat. It's already there. Good. Get rid of snap. Let's zoom in. Oh, let's go back. Let's fix all of our crossfades to linear. Clips. Fade. Okay, they're all linear now. So let's go back, check our work. Hit U. Let's zoom in. Looks pretty good. Looks good. We'll find one that if there's a problem, we'll fix it, and then we'll just move on to the last method. All these look pretty good. That's getting close. But no, it's there. It's good. It's right up on it. None of these are bad. Here we go. Here's a hi-hat that came in a little too soon. Let's go to number 4, screen set. And okay, with these, they don't go on another track, but it's okay. It works just the same way. You can just move this around. Move our crossfade right back. Now we're good. Let's go back to 3 and keep moving along. That's it. So this should be perfect now. Let's look at the hi-hat and see if it falls on place. It's good, man. So see, you might have wanted to chop the hi-hat up to begin with, but why not wait and see if what you do up here fixes this too? In this case, it did. So we're good. We quantized this.